Hey, good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. It's been a minute since I've been on live at night. This is Keenya Kelly. I'm the strategic brand advisor for If You Brand It, which is a branding and consulting firm here in Houston, Texas. I'm also the founder and CEO of Return of the Curls, the ultimate curly girl weekend and resource for curly girls. And so for those of you guys that are watching, thanks so much for watching. If you're catching this on the replay on Facebook or on YouTube, thanks for watching. You can always comment, like, subscribe, and share on the replay. If you're watching this live, what's up? Hey, Robert. Hey, Emerald. Hey, guys. What's up? What's up? What's up? If you're watching this live on Facebook, if you wouldn't mind sharing. For those of you guys that are watching this live on Instagram, go ahead and tell me what your name is and then what city and state you're watching from, because I can see who's on live on Facebook, but I can't see who's on live on Instagram. So hey, Rashida, good evening, everybody. This is Branding After Dark. This is kind of off the cuff. I was working on some stuff and I said, you know, I'm going to come on here and just do a quick real talk about small businesses and branding, okay? So if you are a small business owner and you have to build a brand, obviously, just type a 1 for me. If you are a small business owner and you got to build a brand, just type a 1. Houston, Texas, awesome. Shelly from Georgia. Hey, good evening, guys. Good evening. So I'm going to go ahead and just get into the talk. And I look a little crazy, and my glasses are foggy, but I was trying not to let y'all see that all my makeup that came off because it's been all day long, and I don't have no concealer on, and then I got all this oil dripping on my face because I just twisted my hair, and so I didn't like clean up my face, but it is what it is, okay? Y'all know how I look. I'm beautiful no matter what, right? But that song, I am beautiful no matter what they say. So that's what I'm telling myself right now while I got bags under my eyes, okay? Okay, so again, I'm Keenya Kelly, founder and CEO of If You Brand It, a branding and consulting firm, but I'm also the founder and CEO of Return of the Curls, so those of you guys that are here on Instagram. So I do what's called Branding After Dark, where usually it's every couple nights a week, I'll come on late at night, I may interview someone or just do like a real talk conversation on branding. And so I was getting myself together, working on some stuff, hey, and I decided to come on and do this quick a conversation regarding small business entrepreneurs and branding, okay? And so here's my disclaimer. I have a lot of different clients that I'm working with. A lot of them are small business owners. I'm saying this in advance. If you feel like I'm talking directly to you, I'm not. You may feel like I'm talking to you because you are dealing with this exact situation and you are my client, but I'm not talking about you, right? Specifically, okay? So I wanted to just have a conversation with you guys about being a small business owner and branding, okay? So some of the things that I see on a regular basis as it pertains to building a brand and you're a small business owner is that you have no idea what you're doing, right? If you're building a brand and you have no idea what you're doing, say that's me, right? And the truth is that's okay, because you are very good at what you're good at, but you're very bad at what you're bad at, right? And the average person is bad at branding because that's just not what they do. You do this or that, right? And so it's okay to be bad at branding. But I want to help you with your expectations. I want to help you as you begin to build these brands, okay? Now, if you guys have not already done so, please share this on Facebook. I'd appreciate it so much. Okay, so let me share something with you as it pertains to branding. I'm going to talk about it from a larger scale first, okay? When you look at companies like, here we go, Jergens. Right? Hey, Erica. Harold, hey. Jergens is a massive brand. And we all know Jergens. Whether you use Jergens or not, you know the brand, right? And you know, when you hear the word Jergens, you think of lotion. You just do, because Jergens' name has branded themselves for lotion. That's just, or the body, whatever. You see what I'm saying? What else is up here? Okay. When I say the word always, right? Listen, when I say the word always as a brand, somebody on Instagram, somebody on Facebook, tell me, what do you hear? What do you think about? When you hear the word always, what do you think about? I want y'all to tell me, and I'm going to find one more thing on my dresser. Hold on. So I want y'all to tell me what is always when you hear the name. Hold on. I'm getting something else. Okay? Here we go. Something else. All right. Perfect. Got it. All right. So when you hear the name always, what do you guys think? My live is flickering. That's terrible. It's probably because of this awesome Wi-Fi. So I'm probably going to have to hang up on Instagram. I'll be back. Instagram. Okay. Thank you, Marquise. So I moved and Comcast don't service where I'm at. So I had to go with AT&T. Clearly, AT&T is not on the same level as Comcast. And it is affecting my ability. Okay. Am I still flickering, Marquise? Tell me what's going on. Am I still flickering? If I am, I'll come back. I'll go off and I'll come back. Somebody tell me what's going on with my live broadcast. But I know it's because of the awesome Wi-Fi that is AT&T. And it's not Comcast. I had the greatest plan with Comcast. And now we are working with AT&T. How are we doing? It stopped. Thank you, Marquise. Okay, so I can't live stream both at the same time. Okay, so I asked you, we're talking about branding. I want you guys to tell me, like from a branding standpoint, when you hear the word Jergens, you think of lotion. When you hear the words always, what do you think of? Hey, Patricia, when you think of the word always, somebody tell me what comes to mind. And I'm going to talk to you guys about this in terms of being a small business owner and branding, okay? Does anybody know what brand is always? I'll give it about 5 more seconds. I know Facebook has the awesome delay. Exactly. Maxi pads. Maxi pads. These are panty liners. Praise God. It is what it is, right? Okay. One more brand. When you hear the words Mac, right? M-A-C. When you hear the word Mac, what do you think of? 2 things come to mind, right? So, right. When you hear the word Mac, what do you think of? There should probably be 2 things that come to your mind when you hear the word Mac, right? And I want y'all to tell me what those things are. Okay, Patricia said MAC Cosmetics. Exactly. That's what I was thinking of initially, was MAC Cosmetics. This right here is Flat Out Fabulous. Y'all like Flat Out Fabulous? I like it. It's a really bold, beautiful color, right? But the other thing that you think about when you hear the word Mac is a MacBook, right? See the Apple symbol? There it goes, right? You think about a MacBook, right? But let me explain something to you. The reason why you hear the word Mac and you think about MacBook, or you think about MAC Cosmetics, or the reason why you hear the word always and you think about maxi pads, or you hear the word Jergens and you think about lotion, is because they built a brand. Listen to me. They built a brand and they told you what to think. Do you hear what I'm saying? They told you what to think. All right? So from a grand standpoint, they have the money to do all these fancy things, get all these, researchers and writers and all this stuff. They have all of these people to be able to do all of that and make all of you think certain things when you hear the name of their brand, right? As a small business owner, you ain't got them people, right? As a small business owner, you don't have those people. So guess who has to be those people? You, right? You have to be those people. Listen to what I'm saying. Let's just say you are building a blog, right? Like you want to be this big blogger. Like I have a young lady that's getting ready to work with us, and I immediately came up with a hashtag. I was like, oh snap, and you should be this and you should be this, but I'm not gonna box you in. But if you want to be this, we're gonna brand you as that. I was like, oh, you'll be perfect for that, right? And because it just came to my mind, right? And so I saw the hashtag, I saw the t-shirts, I saw the logo, I could see all the stuff. You hear what I'm saying? Maui's in the room. Hello, Maui. You want to come sit over here? Maui's in the room. That's a 3-year-old. Hi. Okay, so here's what happens. I've been working with a lot of clients lately, and I got some new ones especially. And a lot of my new clients are like, oh my God, I didn't know that I had to do all this. right? And I have to explain to them, well, who is going to do it, right? And I don't say it in a mean way, but let me just give you an example of like some basics, right? Let's just say you're building a brand, Cat Lover, because you know I love cats, right? Let's just say you're building a brand called Cat Lover, right? And that's the name of your brand, right? Well, the Cat Lover brand, you're going to have to do a couple things. You're going to have to get a logo created. You're going to have colors picked out. You're going to have to get all your social media handles. You're going to, listen to me, listen. Okay, listen. If somebody is, yes, Maui just walked up on me. Yes, and then Faith just walked up on me too. I want somebody to just write down like 1, 2, 3, 4. What I'm telling you, you have to do as the small business entrepreneur. As a small business entrepreneur, you have to purchase the domain, catlover.com, right? You have to get a logo created for Cat Lover. You got to get colors chosen for Cat Lover, right? You've got to trademark that name, Cat Lover, right? You've got to build a website called Cat Lover, right? You've got to get all the social media handles called Cat Lover. Hey, Nefertaria, you've got to do the marketing for Cat Lover. You hear what I'm saying? And you listen to me. This is just a few things that I'm mentioning, and this is a real talk conversation, okay? When you're building a brand as a small business owner, it's not a game. It's very, very, it can be very challenging, right? And it could be challenging because, hi Tandy, it's a lot that goes into building a brand. Like I said earlier, you guys only know the name Always because they built a brand. They built a brand. You see that logo is always with wings, or what you know the name Always. When you go to Walmart, you know the Walmart brand and which one is Stay Free or which one is Always. Why? Because they built a brand. And so as a small business owner, you have to understand that it's a couple things. Let's just say 2 things. One, either you're going to pay somebody to do all of that stuff, or you gonna do all of that stuff. Or the third one is you gonna do some of it and they gonna do some of it, right? So let me give you an example. I have a new client of mine, and we're just having a conversation about the brand and things of that nature. And of course, unfortunately, I realized that I don't know much about Ramadan. I'm a Christian, and so I have no idea what Ramadan is, when Ramadan is. But I just found out that my team was off for Ramadan almost the whole month of June, and I said, well, when was somebody gonna tell me? I mean, I'm laughing, but I'm not laughing. You hear what I'm saying? And I was like, where they do that at, right? But hey, I have to respect other people's religion. And I was like, so since Ramadan, I said, okay, I got some time to really talk to my clients and kind of like work through some stuff. Okay. So I was talking to a new client. That's a tangent. But so small business owners, one thing you have to understand is when you begin to hire people, everybody don't believe what you believe. Now don't get it twisted. I believe in Jesus. He's the only true way, right? But everybody don't believe what you believe, and everybody don't celebrate the holidays you celebrate. So that means when you off for Christmas, they may be working. When they off for Ramadan, you may be working. And that's basically what happened to me this June. I said, okay, praise him, saints. Praise him, praise him, praise him, praise him. Praise God for patient clients. I know some of y'all looking at me like, where my stuff at? I'm going, I'm waiting on some stuff too, boo. Praise him. Okay, so shout out to my clients. We're going to give y'all some free extra stuff just because. Okay, all right. Let me put that out there. Didn't know it was Ramadan. Okay, I'll study Ramadan one day and see what that was all about with that. Okay, sorry. So I was talking to my new client, and we were having the conversation of, okay, so if I pay $5,000 for this, you're going to do everything, right? And I have to explain that's not exactly how it works, right? I have to explain that as a small business owner that, they have to be involved in the process. And not even just as a small business owner, but business owners in general, right? Like, I always give my clients the example of, you know how you watch those movies and you see people in boardrooms and they're like, it's gonna be an all-nighter, and they're there all night working on something? That's real. Like, that is really, really, really real. Like, when you are trying to pick a client's message, when you're trying to pick a client's name, when you're trying to come up with the best logo to represent that client, sometimes that takes some time, right? Then you're talking about helping a client build a website, right? I have to explain, and this is what I'm sharing with you guys here tonight on this Branding After Dark for small business owners. One of the things that you have to understand is that when you get, let's just say a website, when you get a website built, that's hard work, right? On both ends, right? Let me explain why. I'll give you a prime example. Keenya Kelly, I have a brand that's called Return of the Curls, right? And as you guys can see, you can go to returnofthecurls.com and you'll see it's an event site. But we're in the process of completely redoing that entire website, right? All the content, all the graphics, all the links, everything is being redone. Guess who has to write all the content? Guess who has to decide what banners go on each page? Guess who has to decide where the banners link to? Guess who has to create the buttons for where the PayPal button's gonna link to? Guess who has to write out a massive document with all of the details of put this in the upper left-hand corner and put this on the right, and then this button link? Faith, hold on, come here. There's Faith. Faith, you want to say hello to everybody? Hold on, you got a boogie. There's Faith, everybody. Ow. Don't look at me. Look, look. Everybody say hello to Faith. Are we good? We're good? Okay, come on, let's go. All right. Okay, so I'm writing all the content for the new returnofthecurls.com and everything that goes along with that, right? I also have to pick the template for it. I have to do all the edits and all that type of stuff. My team will design all day long, but me as the owner of Return of the Curls and my team building this site, I have to tell them what to do and how to do it, right? And so I had a new client. She said, wait a minute, you don't do all that? And I said, let me ask you a question. Do you have a bio written? No. Do you have the content for your homepage? No. Do you have the buttons for your product you're selling? No. Have you told me any of those things? No. And I said, well, how am I supposed to do all that when I don't have any, you don't even have any idea about it? And she said, oh my God, I had no idea. Because we really just don't think about how much really goes into it, right? Like a lot really goes into it. And so, of course, I'm going back and forth with my document for returnofthecurls.com. And I thought about you guys as small business owners that may be watching, and I wanted to, I guess, kind of give you some real talk, right? How many of you guys need to have a website built, or you're in the process of having a website built? If you are building a website right now, or you need to have a website built, you know, just this type of one, I want to see. If you are in the process of having a website built, or you need to have a website built, I want you to just type a 1 for me, okay? Here's what I want you to understand. Every single aspect of your site, you have to have your hands on it. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to go on the back end of WordPress and you're going to put this here, put that there. That's not what I'm saying. But you literally you're going to have to tell the person that's designing for you all of those things. And this is just website. I'm not talking about like some other stuff. I just mean like that's a very intense thing, right? So I'll give you guys an example, right? I'll show you guys one of the pages that we're working on for Return of the Curls, right? And I'll show you guys one of my documents too. And this is not the full homepage by any means, but this is just kind of like he did like a little mock-up to show me, okay, this is what I see, right? So he did, he did this little mock-up of the site, right? And it's just basic mock-up. It's not going to look all like that, right? And so what I have to do is I have to tell him what goes right there, what that banner should say, how it should be designed, where it should click to, what content goes right there. And I have to write the content that goes there, what goes there, what goes there. And not just say create a banner for X, Y, and Z. I have to tell him, no, what picture goes there, how do I want the words to go, where is it going to link to, right? These are going to be the blog posts down here. I have to have all the blogs and stuff synced in there, right? All of that, right? And so I'll just give you an idea of what I'm working on right now. And this is just the infancy stages of this document, right? And so in this document, it will be very, very detailed. And I always tell my clients that when it's time to write your content to do the stuff for your website, you're gonna feel like jumping off the Brooklyn Bridge. Don't jump off the bridge, but you're gonna be like, oh my God, this is a lot, because it is, because it's a full-fledged business that somebody is building for you online. Like, look, think about it that way. When you have a website built, you're having a full-fledged business built online, okay? So in this document, I say, here, returnthegirls.com, and I say, okay, right now, the site looks like X, Y, and Z, but I want it to look and feel like whatever. Here are the hex codes for the colors, all the, like the purple, the yellow, the white, the whatever other color. I had to put all that in there, right? Then I put all the banners that I want, and I had to put what I want on the banner, what color the banner should be, and what image. It's just, and this is just the beginning, guys. This is not even like the whole thing. This is like 10% of what's going to be on this document for them. And I know some people say, well, why does it take all that? Why can't you just X? Because you can't just X. Like when you are, and I'll say it this way, some people can do just X, right? Some people can just do a basic site for you, no big deal. But I know that when people work with me, because I have said the things that I've said, I've produced the things that I've produced, that you're like, I'm banking on you to do for me what you've done for them. And you should, right? And so I have to help my clients understand this is not easy. Like this right here is not easy, and this requires my participation, and it requires your participation, right? Like the whole thing. And it's not easy. Like, it's not easy. But as a small business owner, I wanted to just come on here and share with you guys that, you know, the process of building a sustainable, profitable business and brand, it's gonna take some work, right? It's gonna take some patience, and it's gonna take some work, right? Because you're not only communicating, like, you have to first in your mind say, okay, this is who I am, and I agree to this is who I am, and I'm not gonna change my mind 30 days into this, right? This is the site. Like, if you get a custom site built, that's one thing. But if you choose a template, you have to stick with the template, right? Because once a site is being built on a template, you can't change it, or that person is going to have to build a whole new website, right? So you have to decide, this is the template that I want. You have to decide, this is what I want on my homepage. These are the photos that I want. These are the links that I want. This is what I want to offer. This is my lead magnet. You have to have all this stuff, right? But it's worth it. Like, it is extremely worth it. It's just time consuming. So I'll give you guys this, and if you guys have any questions, just please post them. I had a client recently, and I said, listen, I know you're getting very frustrated with this process, but I warned you in our first call that you should start working on your website content the moment we start this, because it's going to take some time, it's going to take some energy, and you're going to get irritated with it, but you've got to get it done so that when we really start building on it, we've got what we need, or you're going to be frustrated because it's taking even longer because you don't have the content, you don't have it all kind of written out. And so I shared with her, I said, it's going to be a good idea if you can, you take an entire day, or like a weekend, like a Friday, Saturday, or Saturday, Sunday, and you don't focus on anything but your website. And literally where you're coming up with every single ounce of the content. And it requires concentration. Like, it really does require concentration. Like, if you've ever done what's called website mapping and you've mapped out your site and all that, it's like, I want to see if I can find my site mapping I did for KeenyaKelly.com. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. It was like, oh my God. We were working on that site all the way until 30 minutes before the launch. And I was just as cool as a fan. I said, I'm not gonna stress out about this. I'm not gonna stress me out, and I'm not gonna stress out my team. But we worked on that for quite some time. Hold on, I'm looking for the website mapping. Keenya Kelly email. Keenya Kelly agenda. Keenya Kelly website. That's just the products. Okay. Keenya Kelly website. There we go. Sorry guys. It's coming up. Oh, that's an old one. Dang. Hold on, let's see. Website content. Is that it? I have in here Keenya Kelly website content, website edits, all that. Okay. This is the basics. That ain't even all of it. I don't even know where that document came from. Let's see. There we go. That looks more like it. Okay. So, hi Fatima, hi Lavina. So this is actually the website edit. So there was a bit longer page, and then this was my edits, right? So this page right here, just look at all the lines. I don't want you to see all the details, but just look at how many lines was in that. And these are just the edits for the site. Do y'all see what I'm saying? If that's a lot, just say wow. This was for KeenyaKelly.com. These are just the edits that I gave them after they designed the site. So the first part of the site was even longer than this. Do you hear what I'm saying? Because when you build a website, you're literally building somebody's online business. Does that make sense? Is that making sense to you guys? It's not just a place. No, you are building somebody's online business. You are helping somebody to one day replace this income for the income coming from this thing that's being built, right? If you look at it that way, that's how I look at it, as this is going to one day replace this income, right? And it's going to do whatever. And my philosophy is, if we do it right the first time, then you don't have to pay somebody to do it again, right? That doesn't mean that the first time we design is going to be perfectly right. That's not what I'm saying. But I mean that once it's finished, if you design it right the first time, you don't have to go and pay somebody to do a brand new website. All you have to do is do the edits, okay? So I shared that because I've got a lot of new clients, and I'm just having lots of conversations with them until my team returns back from the Ramadan holiday. Even though Ramadan ended on Saturday, they're celebrating all the way until tomorrow night, so they return back to work on Thursday. They're gonna not like me. I've got about 30 emails in their inbox, and I've got a bunch of messages that I will send on WhatsApp Messenger on Wednesday night at midnight, because I'm like, I'm gonna leave them alone, because if it was Christmas, I would want them to leave me alone for Christmas. But I've got a whole lot of emails, so if anybody's on here and you're my client, no worries. I have filled my team's inbox with your work, and you shall have it, because you have paid for work. But when someone's holiday, you gotta respect it, right? So what was I saying? Oh, but anyway, I share all this because it's not easy to be an entrepreneur. It's not easy to build a brand and to build a business. But if you do it, I want you to think about always, right? I want you to think about always. Like, always has been around since God knows when. I want to see, when was always? Let me see, is it on here? No. Okay, let me see. And I happen to have always up because I had a set of pads over there. Sorry. All right, let's see. Always established. Okay. Always brand. Oh, listen. The Always brand was introduced in 1983. Y'all hear what I'm saying? The Always brand was established in 1983. That is 34 years. 30? Is it 30? Yes. 34 years this brand has been around. And all of you guys know that logo. You know that name. You know the color. You know that type of stuff, right? If you're going to build a brand, that's what I'm saying. And I just want you to understand that it is worth it. It is worth the time. It is worth the energy. It is worth the money. It is worth the headache, right? I remember when we were first building Return of the Curls. Like, we had so many different logos. We had so many different websites, you know. But I look back now and we've got 53,000 followers on Instagram, 6,000 on Facebook, and now we've got 10 brand new brand ambassadors for the brand. And there's all these amazing things happening with the company. But we're going into our 8th year. You see what I'm saying? We ain't 34 years in, right? And I look at If You Brand It, it just got started in September of last year, right? And I look at like where we started with nothing and where we've grown to and where we continue to grow, and then the work that we're producing, and I'm just like, wow, I wonder where we'll be in, 3 years or 10 years or 20 years or 34 years, like always. And I want you to think about that for yourself and for your business and for your brand. I want you to really, really take a look at that for yourself, even if that means that you slow down in order to speed up. You hear what I'm saying? So if you're out there and you're building a brand or you need to build a brand, listen, it's okay to slow down in order to speed up, right? But at some point, you're going to have to build a brand. Okay, you are going to have to build a brand, whether that's today, whether that's tomorrow, whatever. You're going to have to build a brand, and you're going to have to be clear on your brand. I know we highlighted Kristen of Monetized Mama in our email newsletter because she first came to us. It was X, and then we came back and it was Y, and then it was Z. And I said, hold up. Like, we did all this stuff. We did all this stuff. And she was getting frustrated and we were getting frustrated. And I finally said, listen, in the words of my favorite client, Nefertaria, you still here? Say hi. She's my favorite client. She told me she's my favorite client, so I always tell everybody she's my favorite client. And she is. In the words of my favorite client, Nefertaria, she said, I strong arm people. So I had to have a strong arm conversation and say, hey, listen, I know you said this, and I know you said this, and I know you said this, but this is what I see. And this is who I really think you are, and I think this, and this, yada, yada, yada. And once she really let me take control of it, her logo was amazing. I want to see, and it took a while. I'll show you guys. And she's so happy with it, and we've given her letterhead, and now we're working on her. Her full website right now. But this is her logo. Monetized Mama. Right? She's so happy with it. I mean, the response to her logo was insane. You hear what I'm saying? But initially what happened was she said, I want this. And then she said, I want this. And then she said, I want this. And I said, that's not what you want. Can I have control? And she said, yes. And she gave me control, and then we came out with this. Right? Yes, Nefertaria, I love you, girl. And I love her logo, but I needed her, like, I'll share this with you as a branding person. I know that people are sensitive about their stuff, right? Like, it's your business, and not just your brand, but you sensitive about your money, you know what I'm saying? I get it. And so I share my opinion, and I share it, and I share it, and I share it. But if you continue to fight me on, I'm going, okay, listen, I'm not going to fight you. I need to give you what you want, but I'm trying to tell you X, Y, and Z. And if they don't go with me, then we have to go in their direction, because otherwise they're going to be unhappy when we come out with this. But after a little while, if we get to the point like we got with her and it was like, no, that's not it. And when they say yes, then we just go, and she's so happy. I mean, she's so happy, and like she's got such great reviews. Let me see if I can pull up another one of hers. And we were really, really happy when it came out, but it was a process to get there. And I was so grateful that she was open to letting me, where is that? I thought we had some images of her. Let me see. We had put her logo on some stuff. I'm trying to find it. Where is it? Oh, I don't know where it went. Hold on, let me see. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can pull it up. We had some images for her. Nope, it's not in here. Okay, I'm gonna send it to her. I was about to say something. But just basically, she really let us. Hey, girl. She really let us have control over her brand, and it's coming out. It's coming out so beautifully, and it's just really, it really is being who she is. But that takes time. Like I want to remind you guys that if you watch those movies and you see people in like the boardroom and they're there forever, that is real, because you're not just building Sherry Harris. Hey, Sherry, you're building Sherry Harris, the business. You hear what I'm saying? The business. And this logo is going to be everywhere. You're going to be recognized with that. Every time you hand out your business card, every time you have your name on a step and repeat or whatever, right? So, and that's why if you ever work with me, and I may send you an email and say, look, my team sent me some stuff in this bootleg. I'm fighting with them. It's not right. I'm sorry it's taking so long, but it's not right. It's not right. And at some point, one of my clients said, well, can I see what's not right? I said, sure. I showed her what was right. She said, oh, you exactly right. I said, you right. And so I go and go and go with them until it's right, until I can be proud of what it is that we've given to you. And, just sometimes it doesn't happen in the amount of time that you want to happen in. But when it does happen, it's like, oh, that's nice. That's like, I always show my favorite logo that we've ever done. This is my favorite. And I'll show you guys two things. So this company came to us and they wanted to have a logo created. They create t-shirts for teachers, but they're sarcastic t-shirts, right? And so they like the words that'll be on teachers will get the sarcasm behind it, right? And so when they came to us, they said, this is the logo that we see for ourselves. Hold on, let me make this bigger. Okay, so when they came to us, what'd I do? Oh, I gotta make this bigger, hold on. Okay, when they came to us, this was the logo that they saw for themselves, right? They saw an apple with a pitchfork, right? I wasn't quite feeling that, right? But what we did do was we gave them a bunch of rounds of that logo, right? And we did exactly what they wanted to do, because they paid for a logo. They didn't pay for my opinion. And I was like, well, if you don't want it, that's fine, right? And so once we gave it back to them, they were like, yeah, that's not quite what we want. And we were like, yeah, we didn't think so. So then I said, okay, do we have creative control? And they said yes. And you would think that when someone hires that they give you creative control, but that's not typically what happens, right? People say, I won't, whatever. So once they gave us creative control, my favorite logo of all times, we were able to get this. Y'all see that? How many of you guys like that logo better? If you like that logo better, just tap your screen, give me some hearts. This is my favorite logo that we've ever created. My absolute favorite. Because it's sarcasm for teachers, right? And I share this logo all the time, right? Why? Because it was exactly what they wanted. They just didn't know that they wanted it to look like that, right? It's exactly what they wanted. They just didn't know that that's how they wanted it to look. And so once they let us do it, they said, oh, that's good, right? And it took some time to get that, but I ain't heard from them since. They're like, woo, right? They're doing their thing, So I'm just sharing all that because right now I'm working on the content for Return of the Curls, and I feel like jumping off the Brooklyn Bridge. I'm like, oh my God, why am I redoing this website? Why am I doing this? Why I'm doing that? You know, as I wait for my team to return on Thursday, you know, and I just thought about all the small business owners that we work with, and I said, I can only imagine the frustration that they're feeling as we're building their brands, and a lot of it is because, you know, we don't know what to expect going in. You know, we just don't know what to expect. Remember, I had a coach, and she actually gave us her website mapping, and when we looked at her mapping, we were like, so you want us to give you that? I mean, it was the longest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. But when I did exactly what she did with my mapping from my website, my team was like, this was amazing, because it was so detailed that it left out all the guesswork for them. So I'm just sharing all this because it's branding after dark, and I just wanted to just come on here and just chat with you guys for a little bit, because branding, it can be expensive, it can be time consuming, but you want to be like always. 34 years, and we all know the logo. Hey Faith, we all know the logo for always. We all know the logo for MAC Cosmetics, right? We all know that, right? We all know the logo for Apple. Y'all can see that Apple? We all know that. And then we all know the logo and the brand for Jergens. That's the exact same thing you want with yours. Even if it takes a little bit more time. Even if it means you're doing something with just a script. I'm not saying settle for a logo with a script. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that even if before you get this full-fledged, you hire somebody, you just got a script. Do that. You see what I'm saying? And then, you know, save your money and invest and get your brands built, okay? So listen, if you're a small business owner and you desire to have your brand built and you want to work with us, we would love to have you. Our small business branding package starts at $5,000, which includes a full 5-page website, includes your logo, includes 2 social media graphics, your stationery created, and your brand style guide. It starts at $5,000 for that entire package for small business owners. If you go to ifyoubranded.com, you'll see that the packages start at $10,000 because that's for our corporate clients. But for small business owners, it starts at $5,000. So ifyoubranded.com for that. That's it for tonight, you guys. All my clients that are on here, hey y'all, stay patient. They'll be back Thursday morning. Praise the Lord and baby Jesus and Nazareth and Lazarus and all of them. Thank God for all of them, including Peter and including Judas. So they'll be back Thursday morning. All right, guys. So that's it for tonight, you guys. Don't forget that if you brand it, they will come. If you brand it, they will come. So God bless you guys. Have a fantastic evening, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.